core strengthening, stretching, massaging, and then the pain pills often fall short in addressing the root cause of lumbar disc issues and leaving you without long-lasting relief. Instead, consider a different approach, retraining your nervous system and movement patterns to alleviate repetitive stress on your lumbar disc issues. And learn effective strategies and to retrain your movement for lasting relief. So we're going to do a short movement lesson right now. If you have been struggling with the hip mobility issues and low back issues and haven't really responded well to conventional approaches, stretching, strengthening, massaging, and all those things, and please consider joining me in this my upcoming 14-day hip mobility challenge starting July 29th, Monday. And I'll put the link in the description and then also in the comment below. And in this challenge, you'll be given a short movement lesson, about 5 to 7 minutes each day. And that is going to give you the opportunity to connect with your body and then help you discover your own habitual movement patterns, and the how, and then also discover a new and better and movement patterns. And so you're going to, so that you can actually, improve your hip mobility and bring more comfort into your back, of course, and into your whole body, and changing really overall quality of movements and the comfort and the quality of your life. And so I hope you consider joining me in this challenge. All right, so now it's time to get down onto the floor and then practice movement together. So you can watch my demonstration first. So let's do this. And go ahead and sit on the floor and with the soles of the feet flat on the ground, and have your hands just below your knees and starting to move your pelvis, roll your pelvis forward. And really find a way to move through your hips rather than extending through your back. So learning to flex through your hips and finding a length through your spine. And if it is difficult for you to be sitting in this way, and I suggest that you sit on the blankets, folded blankets, maybe a 1 or 2, to allow you to move through your hips more easily. So take your time to go through this practice and really find that whether you are moving from your back or whether you're moving from your hips, if you feel the effort and working through your lower back, your lumbar extensors, and let that go and really find your hips. And move from your hips to roll your pelvis forward. And now you can focus on the one leg. Bend your right leg and leave your left leg straight. And go ahead and start to move through your right hip. Flex through your right hip, lengthening your spine. And let go. And repeat these movements until you can clearly move through your hips. Or at least improve how you can move through your hips. Then you can switch over to the other side. And now moving through your left hip, flexing through your left hip and finding a length in your spine. As you go through these movements and let go and repeat that. Differentiate whether you're moving from your lower back or whether you're actually moving from your hips. You want to retrain so that you can move from your hips more efficiently. After you have done several times, and go ahead and stop now. So this is probably challenging for you, and you probably had to use some props underneath your hips, and so that you are able to actually move from your hips. And you probably recognize that your habitual patterns is that you tend to flex through your back as you bend over, right? So any movements that requires flexion, leaning forward, right? As you're bending down and then standing up, or even just a habitual posture would be that slight flexion through your lower back, right? And what's the impact on the lumbar disc is that it really places a lot of stress to the lumbar disc. If that's your habitual patterns, right, your postural patterns and your movement patterns, you tend to flex, you tend to put a lot of pressure on the discs, lumbar discs. Well, it makes sense why it's been so irritated and that you damage the disc. So how do you change that? You start to recognize your own habitual patterns, that throughout your days that you are really habitually stressing the discs and over, even when you're sitting not moving much, or when you are moving repetitively, bending over, and then you move from your back instead of moving from your hips. So this lesson here, it really teaches you and how to use your hips and helps you find the movements from the hips versus movement from your back. So you're learning to actually flex through your hips instead of flexing through your back, which is what you have been doing, right? So that you can actually start to move and redistribute the movement and an effort and more evenly throughout your bodies, and then reducing the stress off from your discs. And that's how you start to, change and then really allow the discs and to heal as well. And so this practice is helpful in helping you and reminding you of your habitual patterns, and it helps you become more aware of your movement patterns. And then you can practice and starts to retrain the movement patterns and use the new movement patterns in your day-to-day activities. So just doing this one, say 10 times, twice a day, is not enough, but it's helpful and helps your brain, yourself, to recognize your movement patterns. Then you actually begin to bring your conscious attention, awareness into your body, and when you are moving through your daily activities, so that you can actually start to change your movement patterns. Okay? So let me know your experience and what did you notice through this practice, and any comments, questions, and please put them down in the comment section below. And if you like this video, and please support my channel by subscribing and hitting the like button. And if the conventional approaches haven't been working for your body, and you want to feel good in your body again, and please watch my free masterclass. The link is in the description below, and also inside the masterclass, and you can apply for my comprehensive movement course, which is my mentorship program. And if you want to rediscover the joy of moving your body again and being active self again. So I will see you in the next video, and bye bye.